Let's be clear from the start. Instagram was never designed to be a dating app. There are no algorithms trying to match you with your soulmate, and there's no big button to swipe right on someone you find attractive. But this is exactly what makes it such a powerful and authentic place to meet someone special. Think about it. On a typical dating app, everyone is there for the same reason. The pressure is on, and every profile feels like a carefully crafted resume for a romantic partner. It can feel forced, transactional, and honestly, a little exhausting. Everyone is performing, trying to be the most impressive version of themselves in a very limited space. Instagram, on the other hand, is a window into someone's real life. It's a place where people share their passions, their adventures, their friends, and the little moments that make them who they are. This gives you a much richer, more three-dimensional picture of a person than a few curated photos and a witty bio ever could. You get to see what she genuinely loves, whether it's hiking in the mountains, trying new vegan recipes, or volunteering at a local animal shelter. This isn't just data for a profile, it's a real glimpse into her world, her values, and her personality. It's a more natural, low-pressure environment for connection. The secret to using Instagram for dating lies in understanding this fundamental difference. It's not about treating it like another Tinder or Bumble. It's about using the platform to build genuine connections based on shared interests and authentic interactions. When you approach a woman on a dating app, she knows you're interested in her romantically. That's the entire point. But on Instagram, you have the opportunity to start a conversation in a much more casual, friendly way. You can connect over a shared hobby, a mutual friend, or a place you've both visited. This removes the immediate pressure of a date or no-date decision. This approach allows you to build rapport and attraction organically, just like you would if you met someone at a party or through a friend. It's a slower, more deliberate process, but the connections you make are often stronger and more meaningful because they are built on a foundation of genuine common ground. You're not just another face in a sea of potential dates, you're a real person who has taken the time to notice something interesting and unique about her. This is why, if used correctly, Instagram can be one of the most effective tools for meeting an amazing partner in today's digital world. So, if Instagram holds all this potential, why do so many men fail when they try to use it for dating? The answer is simple. They approach it with the wrong mindset and the wrong strategy. Most men treat Instagram like a numbers game, firing off generic, low-effort messages to any woman they find attractive. They slide into DMs with a simple, "Hey, you're beautiful," or even worse, just a fire emoji. They don't take the time to look at her profile, understand who she is, or find a genuine reason to connect. This strategy is not only ineffective, it's also incredibly off-putting for the woman on the receiving end. Imagine you're at a large social gathering. A man who sends a cold, generic DM is like someone who walks into the middle of the room and just starts shouting, "Hey you, I find you attractive," at random women. How would that be received? It would be seen as strange, desperate, and completely lacking in social awareness. No one would be impressed. In fact, most people would actively avoid him. This is exactly what a lazy DM does in the digital world. It communicates a lack of effort, a lack of confidence, and a lack of respect for the woman as an individual. It makes her feel like she's just another number on a list. The men who succeed on Instagram do the complete opposite. They understand that it's a social platform, not a catalog of single women. They take the time to build a strong profile of their own, one that showcases their personality, their passions, and their life in an authentic way. They don't just consume content, they engage with it thoughtfully. When they decide to reach out to someone, it's because they found a genuine point of connection. Maybe she posted about a book they just finished, a band they love, or a coffee shop in their neighborhood. Their opening message is specific, personal, and relevant to her. It's crucial to remember this. If you're already struggling to get matches and dates on traditional dating apps, Instagram will not be your magic solution. In many ways, it's actually harder. It requires more social intelligence, more patience, and more effort to stand out. There are no prompts to guide you, and you are competing for her attention not just with other potential suitors, but with her friends, family, and favorite creators. If you're not willing to put in the work to build a great profile and learn how to communicate effectively, you're better off sticking to the apps designed specifically for dating. Before you even think about sending a single message, you must focus on your own profile. Your Instagram profile is your digital first impression. When you reach out to a woman, the very first thing she will do, before she even considers replying, is click on your name and scan your profile. In those few seconds, she is making a rapid assessment of who you are. Is he interesting? Is he confident? Is he someone I would want to know? If your profile is private, empty, or filled with low-quality content, you've already lost. Your message will be ignored or deleted without a second thought. Making your profile public is the absolute non-negotiable first step. A private profile screams that you have something to hide. It creates a barrier and immediately makes her suspicious. Why would she accept a follow request or reply to a message from a complete stranger with a locked account? She won't. You need to make your world accessible to her. Your profile should be an open invitation for her to get a sense of your life, your personality, and your values. It should make her feel curious and comfortable enough to engage with you. Think of it as opening the door to your home instead of shouting through a locked gate. Building a compelling profile is not something you can do overnight. It takes time, consistency, and a bit of strategy. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you can just upload a few old photos and be done with it. You need to cultivate your profile over weeks and months. This means consistently sharing snapshots of your life that tell a story. Post about your hobbies, your travels, your work projects, your time with friends. Show, don't just tell. Instead of writing "I love hiking" in your bio, post a great photo of you on top of a mountain looking happy and alive. This is how you create an authentic and attractive narrative. A word of warning: do not, under any circumstances, buy followers or likes. It is the digital equivalent of stuffing your pants. It's incredibly easy to spot, and it instantly destroys your credibility. A profile with 10,000 followers but only 20 likes per photo screams fake. It shows insecurity and a desire to take shortcuts, which are deeply unattractive qualities. It's far better to have 150 real followers who genuinely know you than thousands of bots. Authenticity is your greatest asset. Focus on building a real, engaging profile, and the right people will be drawn to it naturally. So, a strong Instagram profile is built on 4 key pillars: your bio, your photos, your captions, and your social proof. Each one of these plays a critical role in shaping how you're perceived. And honestly, getting these right is essential for making that powerful first impression. Let's start with your bio. This is basically your elevator pitch. You have about 150 characters to give a snapshot of who you are and what you're about. Avoid cliches like "living my best life" or just tossing in a bunch of meaningless emojis. Instead, be specific and, a little intriguing. Something like "coffee enthusiast, trying to find the best hiking trail in the state, occasionally tell bad jokes." This is personal, gives conversation starters, and actually shows a bit of personality. Next, and honestly most importantly, are your photos. Your photos are really the core of your profile. They need to do 2 things: show what you actually look like and showcase your lifestyle. You want at least a few clear, high-quality photos of your face, smiling and looking directly at the camera. No sunglasses, no hats pulled down low. She needs to see who she's talking to. But don't make it all selfies. The rest of your photos should tell a story. Show yourself engaged in activities you love, playing a sport, traveling, cooking, or working on a passion project. These photos make you a multi-dimensional person, not just a handsome face. Your captions are where you can inject more of your voice and personality. A great photo with a boring or non-existent caption is, well, kind of a missed opportunity. Use captions to share a short story, a funny thought, or a question to engage your audience. For example, if you post a photo from a concert, don't just write Coldplay. Write something like, "Finally saw them live. The energy was incredible. What's the best concert you've ever been to?" This shows you're a thoughtful person and actively invites interaction. It transforms your profile from a static gallery into a dynamic conversation. Finally, there's social proof. This is the evidence that you have a life outside your phone. The easiest way to show this is by having photos with other people, your friends and family. Photos of you laughing with your buddies at a family dinner or on a group trip demonstrate you're a well-adjusted, sociable person who is liked by others. This is incredibly reassuring. It shows you have a support system and you're not a lone wolf. A profile with only solo shots can come across as isolated or even narcissistic. Including your tribe is a powerful signal of your value and character. One of the biggest advantages of Instagram is the ability to learn about someone before you ever make a move. This step, which I call qualifying your crush, is something most men skip entirely. They see an attractive face and immediately go for the DM without stopping to ask a simple question. Apart from her looks, Is she actually someone I would be compatible with? Taking just 5 or 10 minutes to review her profile can save you from wasting your time and energy on someone who is a bad match for you from the start. This isn't about being a detective, it's about being discerning. First, you need to look for clues about her relationship status. This can be tricky, as not everyone explicitly states it. Scan her recent photos and tagged pictures. Is there a guy who appears consistently in a romantic-looking context? Are there anniversary posts or captions that refer to a partner? If you see photos of her with the same man over and over and they look cozy, it's a safe bet that she's in a relationship. In that case, you should respectfully move on. Don't be the guy who messages a woman who is clearly taken. It's a bad look, and it will go nowhere. Next, look for signs of compatibility. What does she value? What does she spend her time doing? Her profile is a treasure trove of information. If you're an active, outdoorsy person and her feed is filled with photos of nightclubs and fancy dinners, you might not have much in common. If you value deep conversation and personal growth, and her captions are all about designer brands, consider if your lifestyles and values really align. Look for shared interests: books, movies, hobbies, travel destinations, or even a similar sense of humor. These are the building blocks of a real connection. Finally, assess her level of engagement. Does she post often? Does she write thoughtful captions? Does she interact with the people who comment on her posts? A woman who is active and engaged on the platform is more likely to see and respond to a well-crafted message from someone new. If her last post was 6 months ago, she probably doesn't use the app very much, and your message might just sit unread for weeks. By taking the time to qualify her, you're not just checking if she's single, you're ensuring that your effort is being directed towards someone with whom you might actually build a genuine, lasting connection. You've built a strong profile, you've found a woman who seems single and compatible. Now comes the moment of truth, sending the first message. This is where most men stumble, but with the right approach, you can stand out from the crowd and actually start a real conversation. The golden rule is simple. Your message must be personal, observant, and easy to reply to. It should make it clear that you are messaging her specifically, not just any woman. Generic compliments like "you're so beautiful" or "hey gorgeous" are destined for the trash folder. She's heard it 1,000 times before. The best way to craft a good opening message is to reference something specific from her profile. This shows you've actually paid attention. Did she just post a story from a concert? A great message would be, "Your story from the national concert looked amazing. I'm so jealous. What was the best song they played?" This is effective because it's timely. It's about a shared interest, and it ends with a simple, open-ended question that makes it easy for her to reply. You're not putting her on the spot. You're starting a low-pressure conversation about something she's passionate about. Let's look at another example. Imagine she has a photo of herself hiking in a place you know. A bad message would be, "Nice pic." A great message would be, "Hey, is that view from the top of Runyon Canyon? I love that hike, but the parking is a nightmare. Did you manage to find a good spot?" Again, this message is specific. It shows a shared experience, and it includes a lighthearted, easy-to-answer question. You are connecting on a human level, not just as a suitor. Your goal for the first message is not to get her number. It's simply to get a friendly reply and start a dialogue. To increase the chances of your DM being seen, it's a smart move to engage with her content right before you send it. Don't just go and like 10 of her old photos. That can come across as a bit intense. Instead, leave a thoughtful comment on her most recent post. Make it a genuine observation or a question related to the photo. A few minutes later, send your DM. When she sees the notification for your message, your name will be familiar because she just saw it in her comments. This simple two-step process can dramatically increase your chances of getting her attention and a response. Using Instagram to meet a potential partner is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires a different set of skills and, honestly, a different level of patience than swiping on a dating app. You won't get instant results, and you will face rejection. Some women won't be interested, some won't be single, and some simply won't reply. That's all part of the process. The key is to keep your expectations realistic and to focus on what you can control. Building an authentic, high-value profile and learning how to communicate in a way that is respectful, confident, and engaging. Remember that your primary goal should be to build a life and a profile that you are proud of, independent of your dating goals. Your Instagram should be a genuine reflection of a life well lived. When you focus on your own passions, friendships, and personal growth, you naturally become a more attractive and interesting person. Your profile will start to reflect this reality, and the right people will be drawn to that energy. Don't create a profile just to impress women. Create a profile that genuinely represents the best version of yourself. This authenticity is magnetic. This method is not for everyone. If you're looking for a quick and easy way to get a lot of dates, you're better off sticking to the apps. But if you're willing to invest the time and effort, Instagram offers a unique opportunity to bypass the superficial nature of modern dating. It allows you to connect with people on a deeper level, based on shared interests, and a real glimpse into their lives. You get to see the person behind the profile, and they get to see the real you. It's a more organic path to a more meaningful connection. So, be patient. Play the long game. Focus on becoming a man of value and building a life you love. Share that life with the world in an authentic way. When you do reach out, do it with thoughtfulness and respect. If you follow these principles, you won't just be sliding into DMs. You'll be opening the door to genuine connections with incredible women you might never have met otherwise. The journey requires effort, but the potential reward, finding a partner who connects with the real you, is more than worth it.